So the concern is that the respiratory viruses that we see circulating, like COVID-19, influenza, and RSV, will cause hospitalizations that will reduce access for people who need to be hospitalized for other reasons. There are a number of different steps people can take to decrease their chance of getting a respiratory illness. First of all, getting an immunization, washing your hands, cleaning high-touch surfaces, staying home if you're not well, covering coughs and sneezes, and wearing a mask if you are not well and you're going out in public.
The first thing I would say is, as the warden of the county, is I'm sorry that this has happened. I've said it before, as this issue has evolved. You never want to have this situation happen at all. Unfortunately, it's a reality of 2025 and 2026 is that these kinds of things happen, and probably, unfortunately, in the future, more of them will happen. Every step of the way we've gone through this, we've tried to analyze the data and understand who might be affected and in what way might they be affected, because our goal has always been to protect those people who might have been compromised in any way. So as soon as we realized that at this latest one that it was, people who've engaged with county staff on, social housing or social assistance programs within specific years, or our housing funding programs, and these are relatively recent, sort of over the last 5 years-ish kind of thing at the most, and job applicants. So I would suggest that people who think that they might be affected by this or any of our previous announcements, go to the Oxford County webpage. There's links right on there on the front landing page that you can click on and go through and get details about how you may or may not have been affected. I'd suggest that first. But regardless of whether you're affected by this one or not, I would suggest you diligently protect yourself, your identity and your financial information against other such attacks.
So for me, because it is the last year of this term of council, it's an opportunity to try to make sure that we deliver on some of the priorities that this council had identified at the beginning, and very much a facilitator. And so we've got really great momentum right now with a strong team and a strong council. We don't have too many distractions on the side right now, so we can focus on getting things done. So it does mean an opportunity to help this council cross the finish line, and having set up the next council, but also our team set them up for success.
Moving into a review of the operating budget, this shows where the new $6.5 million in annual tax revenue is being distributed on a departmental basis. So as discussed earlier, the budget did deliberately make room for the police services to implement key service improvements. So as a result, police account for a significant share of the new funding. Fire services follow, being the second largest component of our base budget, and they also have a few new positions coming on to the budget this year as well.
I'm supporting the budget the way it is because I know that we need to move ahead, and I know to do this, we've had many years of low budgets. Now we're going to get caught up. So
we'll have to say this will be the highest budget that I've ever voted on in support of, but I certainly do so wholeheartedly, and I believe it's a responsible budget for the city of St. Thomas and the ratepayers of St. Thomas, and other than a few capital projects that might be shuffled around here or there, I certainly support everything that's in here. It's very, very important that we do stay on top when it comes to staffing. We need the feet on the ground, and that's the safety of the community, and the officers themselves. They also have to have that funding in there for themselves so that they are healthy, because they can't help us if they're not healthy as well.
So I just want to make sure that folks understand that, yes, it's tough out there. People are having troubles paying their mortgage, buying groceries, etc. And now we're going to give them $16 a month on average. Some are more, some are less, increase in their taxes. That we've done the best that we can possibly do to keep our city growing and keep our city safe.
The mayor must present the budget by February 1st. That's the one segment of the strong mayor powers I can't delegate. I think it's streamlined the process. I mean, there's still going to be council involvement, right? But traditionally, staff will come with a higher budget and expect council to whittle it down. This way, when it gets to council, I think a lot of the whittling will have been done. So yes, it's new, but I can see some advantages to it already. You can't expect staff to know the politicization of things, right? You may not know that, you should do this park this year because that's what the community is asking for. You expect your elected officials to know that. The message is there's a regulated time, so some years budgets will drag on. This way, it gets it done. 30 days, council has in her calendar day, so we'll be unveiling, if you will, our budget on January 13th. So council has 30 days from that to make recommendations to it. I would not want to use the veto power, but I think it'd be disingenuous to say you wouldn't use it and something really important got taken out. So hope I don't have to use it, but it'd be wrong for me to say I wouldn't in case I had to.
The schedule in Woodstock will be changing to a 6-day rotation. So what that means is residents will no longer have their garbage collected on the same day every week. It'll advance one day every week. So for example, if you get the collection then on a Monday, then the following week will be the Tuesday, and so on. The recycling collection will match the new 6-day collection cycle in both Woodstock and Southwest Oxford. So residents will get garbage and green bin in one truck, and then a separate truck will come on the same day and pick up their recycling. So starting in January, the cost of a bag tag will be going from $2 to $3. First increase in 10 years. Again, another benefit of the 6-day rotation will be approximately 10 to 15 less pickups per year, and residents can use the green bin program, which there is no user fee for that, so they can reduce what goes into their black bag and hopefully then reduce the number of bag tags they need throughout a year.
Angel Gown Creations, there are plenty of groups across the world. We started the chapter here last October 2024. What sets us apart from other angel gowns is most of them will stop at the 9-month at birth weight. We actually go up to the age of 5 in creating our gowns. All the dresses are donated. We have a team of volunteers that deconstruct the gowns, and then from that fabric we make burial outfits for children from gestation weeks up to the age of 5.
Well, I think from the way that I look at it, it tells me that the community has responded in a positive way to what we're doing. Not only do we see the need, the community does as well. And they're showing the appreciation by providing the donations to us, which is fantastic.
We are just really proud of the confidence that Baseball Canada has shown in us to continue hosting this event. At the end of this next 5-year allocation, it will have been 9 consecutive years in the city of Woodstock hosting this tournament. Each year that we run the tournament, we have a field improvement that we invest in. And coming out of the 2025 tournament, we are starting the installation of scoreboards at both of the Southside East Diamonds that we use for this tournament. It's been an amazing experience. It allows us to make real investment in our player development. In 2023, our host team competed and finished 11th out of 12 teams. In 2024 and 2025, those teams finished 4th. That isn't coincidence. That is from the efforts that we put forth. It's from the coaches seeing a path for their players, the players understanding that if they stay in Woodstock, they have an opportunity to play in a prestigious tournament that they might not have another chance to is really exciting.
Want to share news from your area? We'd love to hear from you. Email us with your community updates and be part of the conversation.